Folks, thanks for joining us today. My name's John Dubas with Premier Marketing, and we'll be spending the next hour or so discussing one of the options that you have for serving the Medicare community with Medicare Supplements through our partners, our featured partner today with Cigna, and go through some different details for you. You'll note that into the software package, there's a section there for both questions and for chat. We'd appreciate you putting your questions in the question box. We normally address them through the course of the presentation, but we want to make certain that we satisfy any inquiry about the subject matter for today, and that's the best way of doing it. We also are recording today's presentation, so everyone who raised their hand with interest in today's webinar will be receiving an email follow-up with a link to today's recording, and it will be posted on our website at premiersmi.com and on our YouTube channel as well. So you'll have access to the recording quickly. Those who have RSVP'd will also receive additional information that we reference throughout the course of the presentation. Today's level set, for those of you who aren't as aware of what Premier has to offer or who we are, we're a national marketing organization that was founded in 1968. We're part of the Integrity Marketing Platform with offices across the country, offering insurance contracts to independent agents such as yourself, with those contracts available at the highest possible commission levels and recruiting contracts available to those who qualify. We do so through a full portfolio of products, the Medicare programs, the Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement Part D programs, but also a full portfolio of life insurance and annuity products, final expense life insurance, pre-need, long and short-term care programs, disability income plans, and ancillary programs that help fill out a benefit structure for your prospects and clients. That Medicare Advantage portfolio includes the national carriers and many of the strong regional folks that can make a difference for you in your market. And that same philosophy carries over into the standalone Part D programs, where those are available to you through our organization. In many cases, the contracts for these programs are part of the MA programs, so they're contracting, so it's kind of an all-in-one situation. Our Medicare Supplements, it's a robust portfolio of product available to you with specific programs to help you be successful in this space, and we're proud to feature Cigna today and the opportunities that they bring to us to serve our population. When you look at the ancillary products, in each of those categories, we have the national leaders. We've done some recent webinars as part of our Cigna series, and the links to some of these presentations will be included in the follow-up to today's presentation as well. So since we're working with the Medicare space, let's look at the opportunity that's there. You don't come on a program like today without someone speaking to you, be it the marketing organization or the carrier, about the aging of the baby boomers, the silver tsunami, 1 every 10 seconds, 10,000 plus a day. Well, if you do that, you're basing that number just on age, and that's not a true indicator of the size of the market, because there are folks that are deferring accessing their Medicare benefits past the age of 65 for one reason or another. But there's also then the population that is under 65 and accessing benefits because of disability. When we speak to the Medicare supplement market, we have to be careful about how we approach this 1/6 to 1/7 of the Medicare population, because there are different concerns in that area as to what product is available, and in many cases, the ability to pay for that product as well. That diverse population requires our help to help them with their out-of-pocket exposure and cost, because you'll see that 2/3 of the population has 3+ chronic conditions, and many of them have challenges with their budget, the income and the assets that come into play, and having programs like Cigna's Medicare Supplements help them balance their budget in a manner of speaking, and enables us to make certain they have a solid base of programs that are available to them to help them when things go the way things inevitably do and we have to seek care. We can do this through any of the choices that they have available as a Medicare recipient. Some will just pick up Part B and maybe the standalone Part Drug program, viable prospects for Medicare supplements. You got a number of folks that are going to go the MedSup standardized, modernized MedSup route anyway. We need to feature the appropriate products for them and help them with that decision. And then, of course, there are the folks that will enter into a Medicare Advantage program, and we can discuss the differences between the two ways of covering the base medical and some of the additional benefits as part of our discovery conversation with our prospects and clients. As folks enter into Medicare, you're seeing a pretty even split with Medicare Advantage and MedSup. MedSup is still an incredibly good option for many people. And as people are entering into the coverage cycle with Medicare, you have guarantee issue periods and other things that can affect the attractiveness of a Medicare supplement. And we need to be prepared to visit about that as well. A diverse population, we can handle them. We just need to make certain we have the options available to do so adequately and translate the terms. So one of the things you'll see as part of the follow-up is an acronym guide, a link to an acronym guide. It's a huge document. So you can help translate what does MICKEY mean? Well, we're going to Disney. That's another story. This gives us information on all the terms that are language specific to the insurance industry, Medicare in particular. We want to make certain that we do so with an even effort throughout the year because studies have shown that the majority of people aren't doing an annual review. And because Medicare supplements are subject to different regulations than Medicare Advantage and PDP programs, we can do so throughout the year and help them make better choices in many circumstances. And it's important for us to do so because many of the folks that need that help the most are the ones that aren't doing the annual review. And those that are, well, they don't quite understand the information that's out there. That's where our role as an independent agent can make a big difference when we're speaking to the options that they have available and then options within an option. We will also see that the plan finder that CMS puts out there has a greater emphasis on Medicare Advantage and PDP programs, so we need to be prepared to go outside of some of the government detail that gives them information on coverage options and go beyond what is covered with the base medical that they get. You know, every October, Medicare beneficiaries either get a physical copy of the Medicare and You book or an electronic one if they've opted into that circumstance. People will get it. Doesn't mean they read it. And they aren't using an app in many cases to help them find out what's covered and not, or some of the other material that the government puts out there to help them with their choices. So we need to make certain that they understand the choices they have, and particularly within the Medicare supplement arena, what choices do you have based on when you first received Medicare? Because that is a differentiator because of the macro legislation. Clear back in 2015, not brought into play until the first of 2020. So some things that can come very helpful in our discussion with the folks that we visit with. We have different tools also that help you quote multiple carriers. We'll see through the presentation today how carrier-specific material can be a great help for us, not only in accurately quoting the population, but also helping to cross-sell within the systems that are there. We have that as part of our Medicare Center program, but carrier-specific information is available, obviously, through many of our partners. It gives us the opportunity to be flexible because the new normal, well, there are still people that want to see us in person. We're an essential industry. We can do so following proper protocol. But then many of them are becoming accustomed to the virtual presentation and the delivery of information in that regard. And that's why strong carriers that offer us that sort of support are very important as to how we do business nowadays, because we're training that population to receive that information, but they're getting that from other sources as well. The folks that are on Medicare are becoming increasingly adept at the electronic delivery and reading of this information, and they're being trained by the folks that are delivering the services. There's a ton of docs out there that are still doing virtual appointments. You'll see that with even dentists or hospitals. Places of worship still have their services online as well in many areas. So that gives us our community partners that are helping us educate the population. And by doing so, we can transition into multiple products, drive up our persistency and our retention rates, same thing. And it's important to note that the more product we have in the house, the higher the retention is going to be. And it doesn't have to be all with the same carrier necessarily, just as long as it's with one agent, you. So what we'll do today is speak with our partners from Cigna and talk about how Working Medicare Supplements with their portfolio can help drive our success. We've invited our friend, Mr. Jim Codney, who's the Regional Vice President for United States Individual Sales, to come on and help us with that, to educate us about the programs that they offer and make it a point of knowledge for us so we can refer to it accurately. So at this time, I'm going to turn control over to Mr. Codney. And Jim, you have the helm.
Hi, John. Thank you. Just give me 1 second here, guys. All right. So as Joe said, we're going to talk a little bit about our MedSup today. Really excited. This year is going to be really fun for us here at Cigna. We're launching a bunch of new states. We'll go through a few of the ones that are coming up really soon here in this webinar. So let's get going. Before we talk about product, it's really important for me to make sure you understand what Cigna thinks is important. And with that, I mean understanding our mission, which simply is to improve the health, well-being, and peace of mind of those we serve by making healthcare simple, affordable, and predictable. And so there's many ways we can do that, making our products easy for them to understand, making them affordable, competitive in the marketplace, which we do. But we also focus on healthcare, not sick care. If you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, right? If our customers are healthy and more active, not only do they live a more fulfilled life, which is great for them, but they're in the doctor or hospital a lot less, right? And when that happens, we're getting less claims. And when we're getting less claims, we're able to put a lower price product in the market, which helps you and then helps them. So it's a really nice circle of the business. And we're able to do that. But it really, really, really ultimately benefits the customer. Just a little bit about us. I know you guys have all heard about Cigna, so I won't read this whole slide, but do want to highlight a few things. One of the things is that we're a Fortune 13 company. The reason I bring that up is if you're ever with anybody who's heard of us but doesn't know about our claims paying ability, how Cigna was paying claims, folks, we can afford to pay their claims, and we do so pretty well. Over 80% of the claims are auto-adjudicated, which means they're paid very, very quickly. And then another thing for you is we issue policies quickly. We issue typically, it says on the screen, 3 to 5 days. I will tell you right now, if stuff comes in and is in good order, it's usually 2 to 3 days. And we pay commissions daily. So all things we're doing to help you and the customer, just have a good experience with us. We want to be a good partner for you. We know, I've been out in the field. I've been an independent agent. I know how tough and lonely it is out there at times. So, if you need us, reach out to your marketer there at Premier, and if they can help you, great. They've been one of our top partners for many, many years. But if not, they've got access to reach out to me directly. So now we'll talk about our MedSup. We currently have 4 what we call charters or different names that we sell Medicare Supplement on right now. ARLIC, or American Retirement Life Insurance Company. ARLIC was the first MedSup that Cigna had that was relatively national. We did really well with that. And Loyal American was mostly in the West Coast and Northeast. Both of those are almost completely closed blocks. Now there's a couple states on each that are still available. And then in 2016, right after I started, we launched Cigna Health and Life Insurance Company, which is commonly referred to as CHILIC. And then last year, we started launching our newest charter, which is Cigna National. So what you'll see as we move to the future is you'll see some states that are currently ARLIC and loyal still. Those will still be replaced typically by CHILIC. And then the CHILIC states that have aged and the rates that have gotten, a little higher, those will be replaced by Cigna National. This is just some basic product highlights. I really want to focus today for our purposes on CHILIC and Scenic. Most of our new states, you're going to see a multi-tier discount. And I'll get into that more in detail. But we give a live with somebody discount and a household discount option for your client. We don't charge an app fee on either of those. And in most states, they're going to have what we call a 4-tier rating structure. Basically, what that is for underwritten clients, if they have health conditions like COPD, Alzheimer's, MS, typically through underwriting on a MedSup, they could not get a MedSup policy. They would have to go elsewhere for care. And what that does is it pigeonholes our clients into having to get on a network and things like that. Well, with us in many states, they actually do have the option, even through underwriting, to get on a Medicare supplement. Our Standard 2 and Standard 3, which we call substandard, absolutely does cost more than a regular preferred or standard MedSup, but it does give the clients a lot of options when they are seeking care as well. Here's the map. Now keep in mind, this map is as of our plans on May 10th. So on April 26th, in just a couple weeks, we are about to launch Alabama, Nevada, and Utah on Cigna National Health Insurance Company. And then after that, on May 10th, we're going to launch Michigan, South Dakota, and Louisiana. So with that, that's going to be 6 new states really quick that are going to come. We have plans for about 15 to 17 total new states this year. So we're really excited. The light blue is CHILIC, and then those orange and dark blues are the ARLICs and Loyals. Again, expect those to be replaced here within the next year or so as we move forward. And as I talked about, the substandard MedSup is available any state with that dark blue star in it. So as you see, in a good part of the country. Now, I wanted to talk to you, I think it's really imperative in what can be considered a commoditized industry of Medicare supplements to prove to you we understand rates are important, right? It's only so good if by saying, hey, Cigna's got a Medicare supplement, but if we aren't competitive, it's not anything anybody's going to care to sell. So I put some competitive rates in here. Now, if you look at, we're going to start in Utah, and I just put them for the 3 states launching here at the end of the month on the 26th. But Utah, as you see our PlanN rates, our standard PlanN rate for a 65-year-old female standalone is the lowest rate in Area 1 in Utah. Now, once you add that live with somebody discount, it's even about $5 less. And the household discount is actually 15%. So it makes that really, really affordable. As you see, though, even though we sorted it at a 65-year-old female, our rates across the board there on PlanN are really, really competitive. Now, when we get to Plan G, what you're going to see is our standalone rate is a little higher. It's more normal, or yeah, it's competitive, but it's not a world beater. But then you have that 6% live with somebody discount, and it all of a sudden puts us less than $1 from number 1. And if you are able to add the household discount, again, all of a sudden, now we're the lowest rate in the market for that. And then likewise, our Plan F, very, very strong in Utah. So any of you who either live in Utah or sell over the phone and have a license in Utah, I hope you're excited, because we're very excited about Utah coming out later this month. And now we've got Nevada. As you see, we're going to be very strong in Nevada. PlanN is really a good play for us, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But we really see PlanN going on the rise in the industry, and specifically with Cigna. And then here's Plan G, and then Plan F as well. So again, competitive, very strong, especially when you're able to add those discounts to the clients. And then last but not least, of the 426 launch states, we've got Alabama. Again, same trend, right? You're seeing how big of a difference that discount can make, whether it's the 6% or the 15%. And here's Plan G, and then Plan F. So I know I've talked about the discounts, but I haven't told you how they work. So here it is in a nutshell. We offer that 6% live with somebody discount. All they have to do is have somebody else that lives with them that's 18 years or older, and we're going to give them a 6% discount. Okay? We've done some research, and we estimate over 80% of our clients are going to qualify for that. So super simple to get the 6% discount. All they have to do is live with somebody 18 or older. Now for the 15%, or what we call the household discount or multi-policy discount, both people have to have a Cigna Medicare Supplement policy that live in the household. So as long as two people that live at the same address have a policy with Cigna, it could be one with the new Cigna National and one with Chilic, the discount's going to be applied. And so what will happen is the 15% discount goes on the new one, and whatever the highest discount available is for the old charter is what they get. Now, if they are both buying Cigna National at the same time, they would both get 15% off. So really good opportunity to work with your clients and show them what we've got to offer, and really in many cases save them considerable amounts of money. The good thing about this is that frees you up to offer other ways for them to protect their family, of offering some ancillary products as well, which we do sell at Cigna. I know our friends at Premier have many options that they can work with you on, as John talked about earlier in our discussion. And then I want to talk about PlanN for a minute. You know, a couple of years ago, pre-MACRA, PlanN was sort of a, nobody wants to, unless they're super tight on money, it almost seemed like nobody wanted a PlanN. Well, now with MACRA and Plan G all of a sudden taking the guarantee issue business, we've seen a huge change in our MACRA business. Of our new states that were launched last year, and then we've been watching that, over 20% of our business already is coming in on PlanN. And we think that's actually skewed negatively a little bit because of AEP. We really think it's high 20s to low 30s of our business that's coming in on PlanN already. We really are emphasizing PlanN. We've done a lot of stuff to do that. We actually have a white paper, which John does have available, that talks about why PlanN, and it is not a Cigna-centric, only works with us type of publication. It is something we put together because we really believe it's the wave of at least the short-term future in Medicare Supplement. You know, if you've been doing this for a while, you remember, first it was Plan F, and then all of a sudden, after some things happened in the industry, all of a sudden we saw Plan G go on the rise, right? And so I sort of liken PlanN currently to a new version of Plan G. And the great thing about it is, yeah, they have copays and deductibles and all that, but many of our clients that would be getting on PlanN now, because they're new to Medicare after January 1st, 2020, they are used to copays and deductibles. They've been on group insurance, employer coverage, etc. So those small copays and deductibles are not going to be anything new to them. And the savings is rather great. So if you haven't looked at PlanN, I would strongly suggest you at least consider adding it and talking to your clients about what could be benefits, especially those customers who don't go see the doctor very often. Here's some value-added services just to give you guys some ideas of what we have. Every med sup we offer includes healthy rewards. They have a 24-hour nurse hotline. We have gym memberships. So Silver and Fit is still available on Arlic and Loyal. The gym memberships we have on Chilic and Cigna National are Active and Fit. So that monthly cost is higher than it was on Silver and Fit. However, I think there's some huge advantages that Active and Fit has. Over 12,000 workout facilities in the country. And if you have a membership with Active and Fit, you can go to any of them. So let's say you have one in your area that you want to do Pilates class, and one you want to go actually work out in, and one that you want to go to yoga. You can do all that. Or if you travel to see family, you don't have to stop working out. Again, we want people to be active and healthy. So great options. There's also over 1,200 online courses. So if you have a client that wants to work out but doesn't want to go to a gym, no problem. They can take care of that. So really great options with that. Healthy Rewards is really a discount program. It is not a cost for the consumer. It only saves them money. Not only does it have the fitness club memberships through Active and Fit that I talked about, but different things like wearable fitness device discounts, hearing aid and exam discounts, eyeglass discounts, etc. So as you see, a really good option for your clients. If they're going to need that stuff anyways, why not go through Healthy Rewards and get a discount? So here's the underwriting classes. Preferred and standard, those are typical. Those are things that if you've been doing med sup very long, you're used to, right? Basically, it's the tobacco, non-tobacco, e-cigarette, etc. But standard 2 and 3, again, are different, and we're one of very few companies that offer this option for your clients. So, here's some of the health issues that your clients could have, and get a standard 2 or standard 3 policy and still get a Medicare supplement. They could have Parkinson's, they could have emphysema, they could have dementia, Alzheimer's, etc., CP, and still get a Medicare supplement. Guys, there are a lot of people out there that want the freedom of choice that a Medicare supplement offers and have the means to pay more for a Medicare supplement to be delivered that freedom of choice. So if you have somebody that has a health condition and wants a med sub, remember in many states we have this as an option. Now quickly I'll go through our e-app. I believe we have one of, if not the best e-application in the industry because of how agent friendly it is and how easy it is to use. So on your screen right now is a picture of basically what the home screen on Agent View, which is our broker site. And if you see where that number 1 is, you would just click on the Express App 2.0 link, and that's going to take you to a page that looks like this. Now, I want to highlight a few things here. First of all, at the bottom, if you see that 5, those are links where you don't have to go out of the e-app process, but you can pull up things like the declinable drug list, height and weight charts, etc., and look at those while you're working through the application. Also above that, where you see John and Jane Doe, if you've started and or completed an application in our e-app process, it actually saves in your login. So if you need to go back, look at something or finish up an application, they are stored in your file. But if you're starting a new quote, what you would do is you just fill out that information on where it says 1, 2, and 3, and then you would hit Quick Quote Apply. That takes you to a screen that looks like this. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of things you can do from here. This is where you pick the type of product that they want. If they only want a Medicare supplement, no problem. You just click CHILIC or Cigna National or RLIC or low, depending on their state and what plan they want, etc., and you go through. But you can also do multiple products in the same application, or more than one person. So if you have spouses and they're both enrolling, you can do applicant 1 and applicant 2, as you see on the right side of the screen. But with cross-selling, it's really great because if you're doing, let's say you're selling somebody a Medicare supplement and then a lump sum cancer, you can do that all, and it's seamless. What it does is it imports all the information we're going to need for both applications during that same process. So you don't have to finish the Medicare supplement information, submit it, and then start all the way over with the lump sum cancer, heart attack, and stroke, or accident treatment, or whatever other policy you would sell with us. So it's really, really a nice option for you. And then when you get through, we do have, in a lot of cases, a telephone interview, and it's just simply, a verification process. There's 2 forms of telephone interviews. One is what I call a verbal signature, basically an e-signature. Those are really short and easy, but if you have an underwritten case, you're going to go through a TI. We're going to verify some of the underwriting information and run some of those things in the background, like an MIB and script check, and we'll give you a case number. So the number's on your screen now. But really, guys, it's super easy to do. We've embraced technology for a long time, not just now with the pandemic. So our process hasn't changed for phone sales. It's super easy. You call the customer and you fill out the app. You do the phone verification call where required. It is not required for open enrollment or guarantee issue business. And then you submit the application. It's really that simple. This is when the phone verification call is needed. So open enrollment and GI only needed when you're doing the phone fax sale. If you're using and what we mean by that is you're talking to them over the phone and faxing the app back and forth. If you're talking to them over the phone and using our e-app and submitting it, it is not needed. Now, as you see, underwritten, phone verification call is always needed. So here's some basic information. I'm not going to read through all this, but for open enrollment, we allow up to 90 days prior to effective date for submission. Same with underwritten. And this is how GI works, but also 90 days for that. And for disability, under 65, Social Security disabled, typically a PlanN in most states. And here's some FAQs for you. I will send John this deck, so you will have them all with you. You will not have to write these down feverishly to make sure that they are that you have them. And then we do have a few fun incentives. Right now I think we have one of the best incentive programs for independent agents in the industry. And I'm going to talk in generalities. Please check Agent View for what's available in your specific state. But as you see, at 4 applications, either underwritten FG or N or open enrollment N, written any time this year, 4 in a month, we're going to give you a code for a 1,000-piece lead drop through Target Leads. On top of that, in most states, between now and the end of September, at every 4th underwritten app or OE PlanN, we're also going to give you $100 an app. So you write 4 apps in a month that qualify. Not only are you getting a 1,000-piece lead drop, but you're also getting 400 extra bucks a month. And on top of that, for those of you who sell supplemental health, we're doing that supplemental health product with, once you hit number 5 in a month, we're paying you 25 bucks for every qualifying application. And so qualifying application is any supplemental health, cancer, heart attack and stroke, cancer treatment, accident treatment, or hospital indemnity. The premium monthly has to be at least $30, and if it is, once you write 5 in a month, you're getting 25 bucks for every app you wrote that month that qualifies. So great opportunity to do what you do and do it well and make even a little more income. If you're like me, every little added financial incentive helps. Now, we do offer a few other products. Obviously, we offer the Med Sub, and I've talked about them a little bit, but Flexible Choice Cancer, Heart Attack, and Stroke, that is our by far and away our number one ancillary product. It's a lump sum product. We do offer final expense. That's the individual whole life. And then we offer cancer treatment, accident treatment, and hospital indemnity. Now, here's our contact line. What I'd probably prefer you to do is if you need anything, work through the team over at Premier. They know how to get a hold of anybody they need to at Cigna. Again, they've been a top partner with us for many, many years. And with that, guys, thank you very much for your time. I'm available, so if you do have any questions and haven't taken the time to type a question in the question box, now's a great time. And with that, John, I'll pass it back over to you.
Thanks, Jim. I think one of the things that has popped up actually repeatedly as the same question is because of the illustration with PlanN, some folks want you to address excess charges. How common are those? How do we handle that? What do we see?
Yeah, that's a great question. I honestly don't know how common they are. What I would do on PlanN is really suggest you take 15 more minutes, and I know we've taken about 40 minutes of your time already today, but that the white paper that John has that we've published, that's going to walk you through really why PlanN, and I would take some time and read that. We're seeing, again, the adoption rate at over 20% of our new business is going to just grow in our assumption. Excess charges can happen. I just don't know how often. I don't believe it happens a lot, but it absolutely could happen.
Awesome. I actually do have a survey that speaks to that, so we will send that out as part of the follow-up. I'd quote it off the top of my head, Jim, but I'd be pulling that number out of dark areas we don't want to visit. So Cheryl, watch for that, and we'll have that information for you specifically as well. The rest of it appears that we've done a really good job. You've done a really good job at addressing the possibilities. So I'm going to pull control back, and we'll finish up with just a few slides on the benefits of working with Cigna through Premier Marketing as well. So thank you for your presentation, Jim. We'll do a little bit of quick follow-up and close out today. One of the things that we can really help you with here at Premier is because of our experience in the Medicare arena, particularly with Medicare Supplements, we have programs that are designed to help make that easier for you, and they include an electronic contracting process. We utilize Cigna's electronic contracting to make certain that we do things very quickly, but the Assurance Bay system that's available to you through our organization gives you the ability to create that agent profile, store your errors and admissions, answer questions, pull on additional product that might be helpful for you down the road as well. And we do offer discounted errors and admissions coverage for qualified agents. What makes you a qualified agent? You got a contract with us. What makes this different than some of the programs out there is you own it. And it will cover you with whatever insurance product is out there. sans some low-rate organizations that are hard to get coverage for. But this gives you then a program that will cover you for product regardless of whom you're contracting with. We realize as an independent agent, you have choices. Not everyone puts every bit of business with us. Thank you if you do, but we're like everybody. We don't offer everything everywhere, and we want to make certain that we protect your financial assets through E&O coverage in this manner. We also have that same philosophy when it comes to maintaining your license. So we have a discounted continuing education program through our association with WebCE, and even offer you an opportunity to enhance your own benefit package as an independent agent with a modified guarantee issue disability income program where you're paid a commission on a product that you're buying for yourself. Much as where today's presentation is being recorded, past presentations have been as well. All of them are available on premiersmi.com on the link at the bottom of it and on our YouTube channel, but it gives you an opportunity to go back and visit product category. We have some things on Medicare supplements in general, ancillary products in general, carrier-specific information, but also ways to market them into the community. And those are available to you on a 24/7 basis through one of those means of access. We also offer you the opportunity for complimentary access to Medicare Center, which is our quoting and enrollment tool that has a singular universal login and gives you access to 3 different quoting engines, one powered by Connecture, one powered by Sunfire, one powered by CSG Actuarial. It provides you a complimentary customer database, a CRM for you, and a means for which you can collect electronic scopes and store them for the time period, that 10-year time period that's currently required by CMS. What we have here, however, is we don't have to collect a scope of appointment for Medicare supplements. It's just that many times that discussion naturally blends into, well, what can you do about my drugs? Well, here's something we can do. I need to collect a scope. But that scope is generic in nature and lists other products. So it also sets you up for a crossover sell as well, as does the CSG quoting engine, where, as Jim mentioned, it enables you to cross-sell within their system. This also may be convenient if you're talking about other programs that are out there, and then you can add on hospital indemnity with Cigna to that product through this quoting tool as well. As Jim mentioned toward the end of his presentation, Cigna has an awesome incentive program available for you with additional monies available to you based on the business that you're placing with them. These type of incentives are all located in one spot on our website. So the different incentives, like Jim described, the different carrier trips that may be year-long type of opportunities, all these will help you also qualify for Premier's incentive programs, which last year was going to be accrued, like a whole bunch of them. Because of COVID, it turned into a grand cash opportunity. So watch for some of that detail. We also make available to you different programs that can help put you in front of folks. So a contact list. You can still cold call for MedSup. All but one carrier allows it. You can't for MA or PDP, but you can also for the ancillary products. So speaking to the cancer, heart attack, and stroke program that Jim referenced, we did a webinar on that recently. You'll have a link to that as part of the follow-up as well. But it's one of the premier products available, no pun intended, in those areas. So watch for that information and how you can use that to market. But it's also one of the things that you can use because it's included on the scope of appointment in your other marketing activities. If you were part of retail marketing with Walmart or a carrier-specific program, it's a great way to collect information that way for additional product and to get referrals. That same sort of thing is available to you in presentations for centers of influence. So if you work with churches, mosques, synagogues, faith-based organizations, and they want a presentation on the differences between Medicare supplements, you can do so live or virtually. And these are also programs that are very important to providers in the community particularly on the medical side, where they're very cautious about their payer mix. They want people that have a need for a Medicare supplement to be able to accomplish that, and so you can market in that fashion as well. Different carriers will offer different generated prospects. This is more centered in Medicare Advantage and PDP programs. If you've worked with a carrier in that area, sometimes if they offer a dual special needs plan, you have prospects available to you year-round. We do offer internet and direct mail support as well. There are 2 ways that you can qualify for mail support, and it is all based on production, but you can qualify twice in 1 month if you write the business in the health arena and then in final expense as well. So we can drive down the process to help you do that consistently. So it's like a well-run exercise program. You're seeing the benefits in addition to minimizing the pain that goes into that process. We do so through preferred lead vendors. And as Jim mentioned, their lead drop program is through Target. And that is one of our partners in our preferred vendor program as well. A great organization with a great reputation. And there are other carriers or vendors out there that will help do specific type of campaigns as well. They all do with different letters, but you got some different things in there where you can play with what you're sending out through a direct mail campaign. We also have programs that enable you to purchase returns. Now, if you direct your own mail result, you're going to get really fresh leads, because as soon as they respond, the CRM with that vendor is going to notify you, you got somebody who's really hot. This is someone who has sent back a mail response, never been worked. A couple of ways of accessing that helps you with your budgetary concerns or adding on some quick results for people to talk through your weekly marketing activities. And that same thing carries on to the Facebook lead programs that we have, a separate one for final expense and one for Medicare. The Medicare ones center on, no pun intended, Medicare Center, on Medicare supplements. So a great way to bundle additional leads to your marketing plan. We do all this because we want your business. We want not only your business, but the folks that you know in the community that we may be able to help as well as a referral. I just did a referral webinar, so you can see that's hot in my mind, but it's a great way for us to make certain that we can help grow our business together in a partnership as a family. And we're doing so hopefully with tools that enable you to be successful in what you do and inserting it into your marketing program now. It's like that line out of the John Wayne movie, The Cowboys Were Burning Daylight. No excuse to put it off. Let's just do it. You can reach us at Premier through our toll-free number at 1-800-365-8208 or through our website at premiersmi.com. As I mentioned, we will be sending out follow-up to today's presentation and reaching out to you telephonically to see if you have questions or if we can be of assistance for you with our partners at Cigna. I'm going to check questions once again just to make certain we have them all covered. It appears that we do. So at this point in time, I want to thank you for the investment of your most prized attribute, and that's the time that you have available. You've invested a portion of it here with us today. I thank you for that. For those of you who have done business with us in the past, I thank you for that business and that association. For those of you that haven't, hey, get on board. We can help you. All that said and done, at this point in time, Jim, thank you once again for your presentation. Folks, thank you for your time. And until we are able to visit with you in the very near future, we wish you good selling. Thanks so very much. We'll talk to you soon.